time to start planting some vegetables. Going to break up the ground a little bit where I'm going to be planting. I have a lot of leftover plants, or a number of leftover plants, so I'm going to put them in the ground. But I've got some seed as well that I'm going to plant. So there's a lot of work to do and a lot of soil mixing to make this ground ready for some vegetables. So I'm going to get right into it. So the soil's not as compact as it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's just compact. So I stuck my garden fork in here, and it actually looks like it's pretty decent soil. So that's not too bad. So maybe it won't be. I won't need quite so many amendments to fix this up. At least for the time being, I'll just let it go as it is. I got a couple of potatoes here that have been growing. And since I think that's a potato there, and I got two here, I figured I'll put one here and one there. And this will be my little potato plot for now. I've got some leeks that never went in. Actually, all my leeks that never went in. So I'm going to get them into the ground as well. And a couple of tomatoes, leftover tomatoes and peppers. So I'm just going to put them into the plot and see what I can see if they'll grow here. Like I said, upon further inspection, the soil doesn't look so bad. Just looks like it's been compacted. In the garden beds, that over there, they're gonna plant corn. I got a quick growing sweet corn, 65 days to maturity. So I'm gonna plant it in rows going this way. Hopefully get a nice block of corn to grow there, and we'll see what else we got. There's a few more things, plus I'm going to start some seeds indoors and then put in transplants end of this month and into next month. So we got some nice growth going on here, and put those right down in there. We'll even do a little hilling. Picking out rocks. Okay, there's no turning the water off on the hose as soon as you put the hose on. There's also no adjustments on the pressure. So we'll try to give these a good soaking. All right, so we got our first plant in the ground here in the allotment. So I'm going to be planting a small stand of leeks here, right next to the strawberries. I don't know if that's good or bad planting them next to strawberries, but fill in this little area right here. I probably have more leek starts than I'm going to plant here, but that's okay. So what I'm doing is just using a bulb planter and pulling out a plug of dirt, putting it to the side, and then I'll be putting the leeks into there. The dirt is very hard when it's not broken up. These leeks are long past when they should have been put in the ground. So rather than completely waste them, we'll plant them in the ground. So you can see all the roots, just like with an onion. And you can tease these apart pretty well. Knock the soil off and try to loosen them up. And then you can tease them out just like that. And then throw it in there. Throw it in there. For whatever reason, you just leave the leeks like this, and the hole will end up collapsing in on itself. So I'll finish up this little section, and I'll be back. So I only actually had a few more plants, so I put them. I made a couple extra holes and put them in. Now it's time to water them in. So I forgot to hit the record button to show the watering, but you just put a stream of water into each hole, and it pushes the roots down and also puts soil on top of it. And every time it rains or you water the garden, it'll continue to fill in the hole. It'd be nice if every plant was like that. You could just leave the hole open and slowly fill it with water. But leeks, I said, you don't have to worry about it. And the fact that they're laying over, they'll end up straightening themselves out. Not a problem. So we got the potatoes in the ground, and now we got the leeks in the ground. So I've got 4 extra Roma tomatoes and 2 pepper plants. So I'm going to plant the tomatoes along that outer edge, and then down there I'm going to plant the peppers. I've dug up the soil, loosened it up, threw some fertilizer and amendments in there, and now I'm just going to mix that into the hole. I'll end up coming back with some stakes or cages for the plants, but right now I don't have any of them. Just gonna take a plug of dirt out. Take the tomato, pop it in, put the dirt back in, and fill in around it. And we'll do the same thing with the peppers. All right, I still have a few more plants to put in. I got some cherry tomatoes, but I need to have a little trellis for them. And I have a butternut squash. But it's getting hot out here, so I'll either come back this evening or tomorrow morning and plant the rest of it up. And then I'm gonna plant the seeds for the corn. So we'll be back. So we got a little bit accomplished today. Got the 2 potatoes in the ground, got the leeks in. Be a nice combination, some potato leek soup. Got the tomatoes in, the Romas, and a couple of pepper plants. That's actually exhausting work. So, as I said, I'll come back, prepare the soil for the seed planting, and that way I'll be able to go right away and put the seeds into the ground. I've got some more kidney beans planted in containers, so once they pop up, they're gonna go in the ground as well. I said though, I'm gonna be putting corn in and a number of other vegetables. I'll be starting some rutabaga at home and transplanting that in end of this month, sometime next month, and there'll be a lot more to come. So if you want to follow the progress on the allotment garden as well as the backyard grocery store, like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and that way you'll be notified when videos like this are posted. Okay, thanks for watching.